What is going on, guys? We are back for another DSP video, and we have a breaking story for you. So yesterday, May 1st, was the anniversary of DSP's release, and it was also the release of the Detractor, the very first ever official DSP Detractor video game. A lot of love and care went into this game, a lot of hard work, and I saw people buying it. They were over the moon for it, they were crazy about it, they loved it. It was on Steam, Apple, and Google Store. As you can see, this is from Duty. He shows off that it's in his wish list and then he eventually bought it. And I checked it out earlier today and it was like $6.49 Canadian, which is an amazing price. But then something happened, something really weird. King Jod. It looks like the game has been removed from Steam. At Happy Gamer, any idea what happened? I was able to get it earlier. It was a fun game for sure. I hope Steam allows it to return. Then we have this from Hate Army. I believe the case is cracked wide open. His community post where he asked for indie games got multiple comments mentioning the Detractor game, and he approved them. So we have go play the Detractor on Steam. Play the Detractor. This game just got released a few days ago and there's been some hype around it on Twitter. The Detractor. You should play the hot new indie darling, the Detractor. Now keep in mind his comments have to be approved, which means he put these out so he's aware of this game now. Then we have an update from Happy Gamer who made the game. A little bit of a snag and shows off what he received earlier today. All the pictures of the antagonist, who is obviously meant to be me, were directly ripped from content on my channel without my permission. This is blatant copyright infringement. Plaintiff Philip Burnell. Now me thinking into the future, because I knew we were going to come up with something like this, on March 1st, I was working on a DSP project, which you can see on my other channel, Dashfire, the content creator. Leaving this clip in case we need it in the future.
If anyone out there is using my content, they are not have my permission to do it. However, people can do it within the realm of fair use. So if someone out there is using my stuff as a transformative work, meaning they're adding commentary, they're adding criticism, they're editing it to get a point across, that's allowed.
See, the key word there is transformative. So he's looking for something to be transformative work. So we also have this here from Shinko. Yes, Phil always said that we can use his content. DSP really needs a lawsuit so he can understand that these childish games aren't worth playing.
Right? So I made a video about it, and the thing is there anything I can do? No, I'm not involved. I don't copyright strike my detractors. I don't do that shit. I don't care about it. I've openly told them, hey, use my content as a transformative work. You're protected under law. You can do it. Just leave me out of it and don't bother me. I'm doing my own positive thing, right? And
there you have it, 2 clips of DSP himself saying you're allowed to use my content as long as it's transformative. Now, it got taken down on Steam, however, it's still up on the Android and the Apple Store. Then we get into what is considered transformative work. So we have this here. In United States copyright law, transformative use or transformation is a type of fair use that builds on the copyright work in a different manner or for a different purpose from the original, and thus does not infringe its holder's copyright. What it's saying here is, you can take his audio, his visual, as long as you build onto it and make it transformative so it's a different medium, it's a different work of art, so it can't be confused with the original. In a nutshell, you take one thing, you build onto it, and it becomes a completely different thing altogether. Which I don't think anyone would consider this video game as Phil's own work. There's a lot more work that goes into the video game than Phil's actual streams. Now, some people have also said parody, and Phil is a public figure, which means it can fall under the realm of parody. But of course, any criticism that Phil gets, he takes it personal and thinks he can sue and strike and take down and DMCA people for whatever he wants. Now, the other thing too is, a lot of people said, maybe it's because of the pictures, the videos, because he's trying to take these down because his likeness. So we have this here, can I trademark my own face? And the answer, you cannot trademark your likeness just to prevent its use without your express permission. There must be a commercial activity associated with your likeness in order for you to register for a trademark. The United States Patent and Trademark Office will not register a trademark simply for the sake of registration. So basically what this is saying is he can't register himself, but if he had a gimmick or a character, he could register that character. So for an example, James Rolfe, who's the angry video game nerd. James cannot copyright James Wolfe, but he plays a character, the nerd. He can copyright the image of the nerd. So him in the shirt, the glasses, the pants, the pen in the pocket. Altogether that creates that gimmick of the nerd. He can copyright the nerd so no one else can use it. However, over the years, DSP has said he doesn't play a character. He's not a gimmick. What you see is him himself, which means he doesn't fall under the umbrella of commercial activity associated with your likeness. And we've seen this in the past, and I don't think this is actual Phil Burnell DSP doing this. I believe it's one of his henchmen. Obviously, could be OIC himself, Superhound, whoever. Phil is very similar to a mob boss. And what a mob boss does is he has other people do things for him, so nothing can be traced back to him. And these people that do it are the fall guys. If something happens, they take the blame. He has no idea what's going on. It can't be traced back to me. You can't prove I did this. And that's how they couldn't get John Gotti back in the day. They had to get him on tax evasion. So how did the internet react to this? So let's look at some reactions and see how that went. We have Gamerface Gaming. Only I can profit from copyrighted creations of others. Yeah, DSP reacts. Duh. Then we have That Being Said. In my opinion, this is something a flying monkey would do. Not Philip himself, but maybe at the request of Philip. That's what I was talking about with the mob boss analogy. If it was Philip, he will gloat tomorrow about successfully getting it taken down. He will not be able to resist. We'll see tomorrow. Yeah, because remember, every time he's got a quote-unquote win against the trolls, against the detractors, he's always said, "We won, dudes! Detractors defeated!" And we go on this huge rant about him jerking himself off. So, if he does bring it up tomorrow, and he's cocky about it, you know he had a part in it. We have Shinko. Hey DSP, just understand that this is just going on the pile of infractions that will come back to bite you in the ass in court, you fucking coward. You have no copyright protections as your content revolves already licensed IPs. Those trademarks you had are expired. Yeah, so anyone doesn't know, a couple years ago, DSP decided not to renew the Darkside Phil, DSP Gaming, all those trademarks. He just let it be there. He didn't renew it. So those trademarks are out in the open. So anyone can go and trademark them. And if they did, and they trademarked DSP Gaming, Darkside Phil, they would own that whole persona of Darkside Phil. And you could go after Phil for royalties. And if you wanted to, you could have him not use that moniker of DSP Gaming, Darkside Phil. He would be forced to be Philip Burnell. Or he would have to pay you for royalties. We got Meerkat. Laugh my ass off. DSP is a bitch. Did the game even use Phil's likeness anywhere? Isn't it all cartoon graphics? No. He did use actual pictures. I think some videos of Phil. Now, me personally, what I would change about this is just use cartoon versions of Phil. Or like parody cartoons or whatever. Exaggerated versions of him. That's like saying when Dave the Diver used Phil's likeness. Damn, keep us posted where else it'll get published if Steam keeps it in Ban World. I forgot to buy a copy and really wanted to check it out. And we have JG Win here. A work of parody of a public figure that is transformative is 100% fair use and legal. This feels like a fake submission by someone, or DSP is making a serious error in judgment in a fit of rage. Guess we'll find out tomorrow on the Level 1 podcast. So remember last year when detractors were getting strikes left and right, and it was in Phil's name, he said, "I have nothing to do with this, don't come at me. I have nothing to do with this." But it was in your name. So now, when you get an issue like this becomes a legal issue that you could get a lawsuit from Phil. And then, oh my god, the discovery would be glorious. Broside Phil. So Philip Burnell is still a sensitive snowflake of a coward. Who would have thought? You got taking L's. Now guys, I need money for a surprise legal bill that came up out of nowhere, alright? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Something just clicked in my head. So obviously that prepared statement sounds like a lawyer. And how did he get the money to pay for a lawyer? What has Phil been begging for before this came out? Money because of chargebacks. Did this motherfucker scam people out of chargeback money to pay a lawyer to do this? That son of a bitch. Lord Diaz. Bitch-made behavior by bitch-made DSP. You will forever be the biggest bitch on the internet to ever bitch. Bitch. Laughing my ass off. DSP, you're a soft pillow bitch, my guy. We have Arch. Now guys, lawyers are expensive, so any support you can give me would help me out immensely. Prayer hands. We got Chris. If this is Philip Burnell's actual response to the takedown of the Detractor, you know he got help writing the takedown response. That's what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, I was unable to purchase the game due to being in Europe, but hope it comes back soon in some way. Yeah, to me, make it an all cartoon. Don't use any pictures, any video. Just make like a cartoon version of like a parody. We got Steve with the bed. Sounds very super howdy to me. We got Maximus. The DSP game has been taken down for copyright. We have Desauce. Over under, he mentioned this on the podcast tomorrow. We know if he mentions it, he has a part in this. Or else he'd be like, that's stupid drama, don't bring it up. Then DSP Classic tags Steam. Why was the game Detractor taken down? The person claiming have given permission to use his content. Plus, this is parody, which is protected by fair use. Yeah, parody, I believe, is covered by the First Amendment in the United States. Freedom of speech. Then Keemstar, Mudahar, and It's a Gundam gets tagged. Darkside Phil is trying to shut down the indie fan game for using pics of his face, claiming copyright infringement, even though the work is transformative and the setting of the game is fantasy world. Really disappointed in Steam for this. We got Ganja, not cool. Then we have Meowblock helping a brother out. If you want anything redrawn, I'm down to help you out in any way I can, free of charge, cause fuck DSP. We have Womo's ass. Please tell me you're gonna fight this BS. He won't take you to court over it, and if denied all, he will have to prove it's using his likeness, which he can't since he cancelled his trademark years ago. I don't believe I saw anything labeled with DSP anyway in the game. Yeah, it all said like King of Hate and stuff like that. It never said actual DSP, Darkside Phil, DSP Gaming. It never had that in there, which again would fall under parody because he's not actually using his name or any sort of gimmick. Because remember, DSP Darkside Phil is not the King of Hate. The Wolverine doll. I bought it in time, and it appears to still be playable for me. Would those who did make it in time want to watch me stream it? Hell yeah. I think King Jod streamed it. Hopefully, like, they don't do anything to him. Snowflake. That explains it then. Kinda surprised he even bothered. Laziness is one of his prime attributes after all. Then we have Jason. I guess Phil will talk about it on his Born podcast tomorrow. If there's any updates on this, I will let you guys know because this is a breaking story. So it's brand new, it's fresh. I'm sure more will come out about it. This probably won't be the end of it. So if you guys like that, click that like, share the video, leave a comment below, hit subscribe. Subscribe to my other channels on the details of the end cards. And as always, I love each and every one of you. Hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. Peace and love.